Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to another Modern League, this time with Jund. A lot of people trying a few different things now that the banned and restricted announcement is coming on. For the unaware, a lot of things got the axe from Modern, Euro, Feel the Dead, Simon Spirit Guide, Mystic Sanctuary, and it has unlocked a lot of other strategies that were just kind of edged out by Euro and Feel the Dead. Jund, one of my favourite lists. Really enjoy the gameplay style of Jund, just the kind of grindy nature of the deck. So yeah, let's just talk a little bit about what we're playing in the 75. So I think this is a fairly standard setup at the moment. We've got 24 lands, the one's worth talking about I suppose, one Baron Moor, which sort of combos with Ren and 6 to get a sort of card advantage engine going, as does Nurturing Peatland, and then we've got one Raging Ravine. Love this card. Just, you know, if you get into a grindy match and you end up needing a threat, and you know this doubles as a threat, and it kills them super quickly. You know, it's a 4/4 and then a 5/5 and so on. So you got your 1-drops, lots of spot removal and discard spells. 2-drops. Quite a lot of these. We've got one Scavenging Ooze, just for sort of opposing Croxers and things like that. Gain a bit of life against the aggressive decks. Standard 4 Goyfs. Not sure why they're different sets. That's quite annoying. But 2 Croxer. Been really impressed with this card in the leagues I've been playing. 3 Trophy, which I'm not completely sold on. In fact, I might change one of those to the side now for an Abrupt Decay. You know, these just catch-all answers, destroy target thing that you want to get rid of. Ren and 6, really good grindy card, and its ultimate can just win the game, lets you get all your land drops, and with these Nurturing Peatland and Baron Moor, as I say, gets you a little card advantage engine. 4 Liliana of the Veil, nothing really to say about this, love that card. Calling as Command, your classic Jund 2-for-1. Clothis, this card has been, you know, this is just a house. People always underestimate it, myself included, but if it comes down on turn 3, it can end up, you know, dealing 10 damage or ramping you or whatever. So, and it's useful life gain and graveyard hate all in one go. And then Bloodbraid Elf, again, classic 2-for-1 Jund card. Sideboard, we've got 2 Plague Engineers. There's a lot of 1/1s knocking about at the moment. Seasoned Pyromancer tokens, things like that. Graveyard Hate, now spell on Surgical Extraction. Weather the Storm, just against any sort of aggressive decks, so you just need to gain a bunch of life like Burn, and then our anti-Tron and Big Mana. So without further ado, let's get into round 1. Feels great to be playing with some Jund again. Guess we'll see how it goes. Run 1 league so far with this list. Managed a 4-1, which is pretty good. So yeah, excited to play some different stuff. One seems like it's in quite a good place now after the bans. Lots of people say trying different lists. Yeah, they're really quite heavy on the ban, but I'd like to. Yeah, there's a lot of decks that I'm eager to play a bit with. This being one of them. Some more Grixis Control is always fun. Black-green mid-range, The Rock. Seen a couple of people posting up lists for that. All this kind of mid-range type stuff that's good. Might move into some blue-white control as well at some point. Just waiting to be paired for round number 1. Let's see what we're up against. I'm paired now. Let's see. Okay, so we're on the draw. Yeah, this is a great hand. Classic Jund. Hand disruption into a threat into Liliana of the Veil. Fairly painless mana base. Just gonna have to one shock. Not keen on this against. I mean, it's got game against everything. A discard spell here. A single discard spell isn't too bad. We do have the option of double discarding again on 2. So Watery Grave, fetch land into Watery Grave, I think implies probably Grixis Shadow. Wouldn't be surprised to see them take Liliana here. No, they take Ren and 6. So, now this is a bit of a weird spot where normally you'd Inquisition first because they're unlikely to play anything. But sometimes against Grixis you want to Thought Seize first in case they go turn 2, fetch, Thought Scour, Gurmag Angler. But given that we've got a Liliana, but if they have Stubborn Denial as well, I think I'm going to Thought Seize first. I just don't want to get punked by a Gurmag Angler. Okay, so opponent on some sort of gifts combo. They are missing another land, which is interesting. Let's take Thought Seize. Yeah, I'm going to take Thought Seize. So misread that a little bit as Grixis Shadow. I think that was the most common. What's going to be? Opponent does find another land, so they have Remand up now. We're drawing a lot of lands, which is a bit painful. So we're going to Inquisition, try and take this Remand, clear the way for Liliana of the Veil next turn. Opponent could Remand this, looking like they're thinking about it. Yeah, they have remanded, I guess looking for a land, which makes sense. So we're just going to Blackleaf Cliffs and Inquisition again. So they found another land. We'll take this Fatal Push. So yeah, Gifts Ungiven kind of represents that this is going to be some sort of combo. Not sure what just yet. There's JVP. Okay, so another Liliana. So we're definitely playing Liliana. I'm tempted to tick up here. My opponent's got such good cards in hand. But if they miss a land, no, I think we're in for just edicting away Jace. Oh yeah, that's definitely right, because otherwise it flips into a Planeswalker next turn. Yeah. Okay. So we could do with my opponent missing lands. A land for this turn. If so, we might... Okay, yeah. So we're going to tick up Liliana. We'll get rid of Wooded Foothills. Opponent discards gifts. So then, given that this Liliana's on 2 anyway, I'll play a land out. And then we'll Liliana again. Just playing that land out, just in case there's anything like a Stubborn Denial, just something that counts unless I pay 1. Okay, they get rid of another Fatal Push, which is fine. Again, now we've got this Liliana. Opponent's got a Jace in hand that they're hoping that's going to get them back some cards. Kolaghan's Command is a fantastic draw, because we can now Kolaghan's Command, make my opponent discard a card, deal them 2 damage. Not the best mode. Okay, so now we know what's going on. It's this Bruna. I've seen Aspiring Spike play this. So you Gifts Ungiven, get you need Bruna, and that, well, the whole thing revolves around Goryo's Vengeancing Bruna into play, and then attaching Colossification, which gives it +20/+20. That's okay. So we haven't found any action, but Liliana's on 6 now. So yeah, so Aspiring Spike used to play this. When he was playing this, it was Sultai. But looks like my opponent's potentially dropped green, seeing as Uro's now gone. Okay, opponent finds Castle Loch Thwain. Now we've got a. I guess the question is here. I probably should have got an extra green there, but I think the only like loads of green we need is Scavenging Ooze. Oh, Scavenging Ooze wouldn't be a bad draw now. Okay, that's another Liliana, so that's pretty ideal actually. So we're just going to Turbo Ultimate Liliana. Opponent will draw a card, which we can then make them discard with the other Liliana. And then we just split. We'll give them. So it doesn't matter. It's going to be 2 and 3. It just depends on. I think we do this. So we don't give. If they want to take this, they don't get an island as well, or a swamp. I mean, they'll take the most lands. You definitely want to split the Castle Loch Thwain into the. Oh, they have gone for the Castle Loch Thwain. So my little my take is that my opponent has got Goryo's Vengeance in hand. Maybe not. Oh no, it's a gift. That was surprising. It's surprising that my opponent kept the 2 lands, given that they've got gifts in hand. You'd have thought they would have. They didn't know that we had Liliana, so you'd have thought that they would be much more willing to keep 3 lands and try and get that gift. Okay, so maybe they read us. Maybe they read us as having a Liliana. So if my opponent finds a land, they can Creeping Tar Pit. So we are going to go and get a green land now. Overgrown Tomb. Renin 6 is obviously a great draw. Yep. Opponent might have some sort of counter spell. So we're just going to tick up Liliana. Get another gift out of my opponent's hand. And then we'll pick up Stomping Ground. Might as well play it. We're not really. Oh, we've got another Lily Ultimate coming in. Don't really want to do that yet. Okay, so we hit a Tarmogoyf, which is nice. We're going to return a land. And then we'll discard. Yeah. Okay, so here we're going to return a land. We'll discard my opponent's last card in case it's a counter spell, Drown in the Loch, for example. And then we play the Goyf into absolutely nothing, and then the turn after we ultimate Liliana. Okay, so this is a combo control type deck. So Surgical Extraction is potential. It's probably good actually. Fatal Push kills Jace, but it doesn't do much else. So you're not going to want that. Abrupt Decay, again, doesn't kill anything major. So it's quite grindy as well. What do we want? So Assassin's Trophy could kill Bruno, it kills Jace, that's more than enough to do. Clothis is not going to really interact with the combo enough. So I think we'll bring in Surgical Extractions and Annihil Spellbomb. And then do we want Huntmaster over any of these cards? Lightning Bolt is for Jace Vryn's Prodigy. I think I'd rather have an Abrupt Decay than that. Although this kills Jace as well. Yeah, we'll keep Lightning Bolt. Then I think that's probably fine. I could see cutting 1 land on the draw, but yeah, I think that's fine. Let's go with that. Good to win game 1. This is an interesting hand. It's got turn 1 Inquisition into turn 2 Croxer. Opponent has mulliganed, so I think I will keep this given that my opponent's mulliganed, because then we get to rip 2 cards out of their hand with Inquisition and then Croxer. Ideal draw, I suppose, is something like a Liliana. Definitely don't want to see any more lands this game. So we're going to Inquisition. So opponent, okay. So we're going to just take the Goryo's Vengeance here. We could take Remand, but no, it's definitely Goryo's Vengeance. That's a combo piece. They can't actually cast it at the moment, so there is an argument to take Remand there. But as soon as they find black mana, I think I'm fine just taking the combo piece. So here, trophy's quite nice. So here, I think I'm going to fetch. We'll go and get an. I think we'll get Stomping Ground here. We've got more black in hand, so and then we'll cast Croxer. Make my opponent discard a card. They might want to cycle their Remand here. I can see that. Yep, they cycle a Remand, which is fine. I mean, it does kind of time walk us, but we haven't really got anything to do on turn 3, so happy to just jam this Croxer again. Opponent, have they found their 3rd land? I mean, they've got Bloodchief's Thirst and Force in hand. They have found their 3rd land. Okay, Kolaghan's Command, not too bad. We could wait on that, but I think we're just going to jam Croxer again. Making our opponent discard as many cards as possible is good. I could see an argument again for holding up Kolaghan's Command, making them discard end of turn. It uses our mana a little bit better, and we could potentially trophy if we have to as well. Opponent discards a land, which is fine. I don't know how much we need to hold up trophy now. So we know 2 of the cards in my opponent's hand. There's a Jace. Okay, so that's really good for us because we're not going to take any chances. We're just going to go and get. Might want more forest. Yeah. So not going to take any chances here. Just going to do it. So, oh my, that's even better. Sorry for the slight overreaction there. So we'll just Liliana this away. We don't want this turning into a Planeswalker. Opponent can't force it. They've only got Bloodchief's Thirst in hand. Play a land. So you go. My plan was to Kolaghan's Command, kill this, they discard. But, I mean, drawing the Liliana there. Jund doing what it does best, living off the top of our deck. What we're afraid of now. Liliana's great to pressure the hand. And then we're going to have Bloodbraid Elf next turn as well. Although it's tempting to Kolaghan's Command, have them discard, just get them discarding so many cards. Opponent's got something. Could be gifts. Oh no, just killing a Liliana. Okay, so we know they've got Force of Negation, which is fine. So we're just going to Bloodbraid Elf, see what we hit, and we want to hold up Bolt in case of a Jace. Let's go Bloodbraid Elf. Inquisition, we'll definitely take an Inquisition. Okay, so yeah, Snapcaster can get Goryo's Vengeance back, so it's going to definitely take the Snapcaster. Snap, take, snap, if you will. And then pretty happy with this. Opponent finds a land. They choose not to shock for the purpose of Castle Vantress. I think I'm going to just use my mana and bolt my opponent here. we've got quite the clock going. Yeah, opponent sees the writing on the wall. A few lines we could take here. I think the line, so we can either, so we attack for 3, and I was thinking we could Kolaghan's Command, have my opponent discard, buy back Croxer, and then play Croxer unescaped. But actually that's not a good line because my opponent just force of negation, hardcast force of negations my Kolaghan's Command, so the play would have been there. Attack with Barbarian Elf, put my opponent to 7, escape Croxer, they discard their force of negation, we can hold up Assassin's Trophy, and then my opponent has to really find something good then. But good to win round 1. See you back again for round number 2. Okay, welcome back for round number 2. On the play here, but having to mulligan a no-lander. We're going to keep this, and I think we're going to bottom Fatal Push. Yeah, Fatal Push. we want to make sure we got the lands for Liliana. So I think keeping all 3 lands there is fine. Got to keep our threat, and then Bolt versus Push, arguable. Okay, we're against an Aether Vial deck. So just going to go and get Overgrown Tomb. I think I want to get red mana. Against the creature deck, these Black Leaf Cliffs coming in handy. It's a painless way to get lands out. Now, we don't know what my opponent's on. Blue Aether Vial could be Merfolk. Do they run Aether Vial? Oh, so I think this is probably blue-white taxes. 3 Aether Vials. Shame we're not running Maelstrom Pulse. Okay, so we'll play Blackleaf Cliffs, and then we're going to play Liliana. Try and get something good out of my opponent's hand. What should we discard here? I think we want to take not very much damage. Is there any reason we want another green? Not really, unless we draw skews. No, go. They're not likely to be Blood Moon. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. I'll ditch the swamp just in case we draw a skews against a creature deck. Might want to get skews going. What are we afraid of if I crash in? I don't think attacking for 1 damage is worth it there. I think we might as well try and block. Okay, so it's a spirit. It's a flyer anyway, but so this is spirits. Should have thought about that really. Blue-white with loads of Aether Vials. Shocking this in, so we got 1, 2. Okay, so there's another one. Looks like Drog Skull Captain. Okay, they do get to kill Liliana here, which is a bit annoying, but and us drawing lands is also annoying. So opponent got nothing in hand. We're going to attack. Obviously we're bolting this Drog Skull Captain. See if they block here. We'll bolt now just so it does more damage. Turns Goyf into a 4/5. Really wish we were running Maelstrom Pulse. Opponent with all of these duplicates. Not that we'd be Maelstrom Pulsing the Aether Vials now. Okay, opponent attacking. But why would they shock this in? Isn't the question. That is a little odd because they can cast everything with these anyway. We draw more lands, which we don't want. This guy, if he's getting the job done, he is a 4/5. Play a Blackcleave, Cliffs and pass. Drawing Croxer would be good. Although it probably possibly gets spell quellered. Not sure why my opponent shocked in a Hallowed Fountain last time. We want to see Bloodbraid Elves. Brennan 6 would be nice. Removal's always good. Yeah, trophy's fine. Just gonna start attacking. Don't really want to trophy anything yet. We don't want to. Essentially, we're trying not to give them a target for spell queller. Yeah, so they're getting a bit aggro here. There is spell queller. Yeah, it just makes them, you know. Okay. So I think I know why they did that now. So they have another spell queller in hand. So they were shocking this in to hold up double spell queller. Okay, so I'm taking 4 here. I think we're okay to hold off on this Assassin's Trophy. We're not under tons of pressure. Okay, Lily's a good draw, obviously, and we can do both. So we're not going to make Goyf any bigger. So we might as well attack here. Okay, so we'll go for this Liliana. Probably going to get spell quellered. No, it doesn't. I'm going to make them sacrifice a creature, I think. I think that's okay. But not really doing too much. Could have upticked there, but I kind of want to save my trophy for a more opportune moment. Opponent got 3 cards. See what they want to do. Obviously, Goyf is lethal. An attack here means they definitely have a blocker. Okay, so they're killing Liliana, attacking us for 2. Think we might want to. Do you want to hold up Bloodstained Mire in case I draw a Fatal Push? Yeah, I think that's fine. We can get basic Swamp with it anyway, and we want every point of damage is good. So Inquisition here is not actually too bad a pickup. Maybe we should have attacked first, although this does put Sorcery in the bin. Oh, Skyclave Apparition. That is just about as good as it gets for my opponent. Nothing in hand. So, what do we trophy? We could trophy the Queller. We could trophy... this is smaller. If we... They are at 2, so yeah, we're trophying the Apparition. Gonna do it right now. Probably should have done it in upkeep, I suppose. This just means that they might have to... yeah, doing it there to play around any counterspell or spell queller. We've got a 2/2 attacker. They play Cavern of Souls. Okay, so looks like they haven't necessarily found a threat or another creature. Yeah, we'll take a Liliana. Are we going to tick up or down? Tick it. I'm going to tick down. don't think my opponent has a creature in hand. No point in attacking. So we know my opponent's got Hallowed Fountain, one unknown in hand. Glad I've got 2 Plague Engineers in the side. So opponent, yeah, in a bit of a interesting spot. Okay, we draw Verdant Catacombs. Is there anything that can bounce a thing back to your hand in spirits? Don't think so. Do I care about discarding this? Probably not. I think we'll just discard it. We're not fetching anyway. We'll discard Hallowed Fountain. We can't attack through this 2/3 spell queller. This illusion is lethal, obviously. Okay, so if they have a creature... Oh, okay, so they had a creature that cannot block. That makes sense. Didn't realise this was a thing. Tap 2... Okay. So we're looking for Lightning Bolt. Right, now, do we go for this now? Is the question. I think we do. We want to kill this spell queller anyway. I think we may as well go for it. Sad if they find another... Okay, yeah, we get there. I think it's right to go for it there. We don't want to give them loads of draws. I was pretty sure they didn't have any creatures they could flash in with Ether Vial. Just through, they're not attacking with this spell queller. So, you don't want to give them more draws for more spirits, so just killing this and swinging in for lethal is the way to go. So, Jund and removal go hand in hand, so I think we should have a lot to bring in. So definitely interested in Plague Engineer, naming Spirit. Less interested in things like Thoughtseize. Definitely, Fatal Push, Lightning Bolt, definitely. Tarmogoyf was good there. Scavenging Ooze can gain us life. Clothis is interesting. Definitely want Colligan's Command. It can just so versatile in this type of matchup. We've got 2 cuts and we're considering Huntmaster. Definitely don't want a second Clothis. Renin 6 is good at killing the little ones. Liliana of the Veil is less strong on the draw. I think we'll cut a cup. It's either that or Clothis. So it's either Liliana or Clothis now that I want to cut, I think. I think Clothis. I think Liliana just edicting away a creature. It's pretty good. Okay, so we're going to go with this. It's got turn 1 Inquisition, which is nice, or turn 1 Bolt, depending on what they play. Okay, so we found another land, which is nice. Just going to go ahead and Inquisition my opponent. We see some good stuff. That is quite a hand. So I think we're gonna take. I think we'll take Apparition. Queller's annoying, and these are the only ones they can play, and let's do them and play it with Flash. But Apparition is a 2/2. Queller's. These are. I'm going to take Rattle Chains actually. Rattle Chains very good against spot removal. It can give all your other spirits flash, which isn't good for us. Okay, Plague Engineer is a good find. So with the purpose that we want to play that on turn 3, I think we're just going to play this Baron more. If my opponent goes for Rattle Chains, do we bolt it? don't think now. Don't think I care. Opponent does find another land. So now it's interesting because Queller is... If I Plague Engineer next turn, it's definitely getting spell quellered. So oh, and they've got Apparition as well. So I think we're going to wait on these spells. We'll play a land, and we're going to try and Colligan's Command at the end of their turn, unless they go for something now. They're going for another Rattle Chains. Okay, so we're going to use our Colligan's Command here, because it'll make them discard something good. So they can discard, and we'll kill this Rattle Chains. Obviously, it would have been nicer to get both of these Rattle Chains with a Plague Engineer, but we lose the Apparition from my opponent's hand. We're not under massive pressure. Opponent has got 2 Spell Quellers in hand. Another Lightning Bolt is actually fine. We need to find green mana at some point, but I don't mind finding another Lightning Bolt. So, do we bolt this now is the question. I think so. Take less damage if they want to Queller. That's fine. Okay, opponent seems to think so as well. Okay, Wooded Foothills is nice. I think, yeah, we're just going to go and get basic forest. I think we're just going to start slamming Bloodbraid Elves, because my opponent was, they can block with the Queller. Abrupt Decay. There's nothing to Abrupt Decay. That's an annoying hit from that. Surely they're not going to Spell Queller this. Okay, I'm very surprised at Spell Quellering that, because I get to cast it for Cascade again. But each to their own. We know my opponent has 1 Spell Queller left in hand. Fatal Push is reasonably nice. So we could trophy this. We could trophy this and then bolt the Queller. Yeah, that's fine. So if we trophy now, if they Spell Queller the trophy, we bolt and just cast all of our spells. Yeah, this is kind of what we wanted. So then we go Lightning Bolt your Spell Queller, which lets us... yeah, this is really good. This lets us cast Assassin's Trophy on this Spell Queller. Unless, of course, they've got some sort of... yeah. So we're going to destroy this. And then we get to cast Bloodbraid Elf as well. Get another Cascade. Might as well cast Assassin's Trophy. Hit one of their dual lands. Maybe that was loose because they might be able to cast a spell now, but I think I'm fine with them casting a spell end of turn. We've got Fatal Push. Self the Spirit, sure. I think we'll just go ahead and Fatal Push there. Save the Plague Engineer for another time. That's interesting. I think we're just going to keep slamming the pressure down though. Yeah, Goyf is... that's exactly what we want to hit there, just more pressure. Is this another Spell Queller? It is. Okay. So, opponent traps the Goyf under a Spell Queller. But they're taking 6 a turn from these Bloodbraid Elves. Found something. Skyclave Apparition. Okay. So a little bit annoying there, but... let's see what we draw. We draw an Inquisition. So we could Ren and 6, buy back a land, and then Plague Engineer. I think... we'll Inquisition first. See what we think. get the last card out. Okay, so their last card is just a land. I think, yeah, we're just going to cast Plague Engineer here. Very impactful card. And now if they want to block the Bloodbraid Elf, they can't trade with it. And then next turn we can... Okay, yeah, next turn we can play Ren and 6, tick down on the Apparition. So yeah, 2020. Pretty good start. See you back here for round number 3. Okay, we're back for round number 3 with some Modern Jund. This is obviously a keep. We're going to keep this. We've got Inquisition into Ren and 6 into Liliana. And we've got some lightning bolt to go along with it. We are going to take a fair amount of damage from our lands, although we don't have to now. Yeah, I mean it's worth it. We don't have to take damage from Inquisition, so Overgrown Tomb. Let's just do this and then cast Ren and 6 next turn. Okay, so this is Heliod Company. What does Aureoch Champion do again? Protection from black and red. So we can't kill that with any of the spells in our hand, but this is part of the combo. I think we're going to take Spike Feeder because we can Liliana of the Veil Edict away the Aureoch Champion. If people watching haven't seen this deck before, it uses Spike Feeder and the Heliod Suncrowned to gain infinite life, and then they can get a Walking Blister and deal infinite damage, I think. Another Inquisition, actually. I don't know how much we care about Ren and 6 because it can't kill this. So actually, although no, that's not right, is it? Because we don't know if they've got anything good for... We don't know if they've got anything good for Inquisition to hit because they played this Aureoch Champion out. On the draw, this would have been... On the play, this would have been really good. But I still don't hate our position here. So they've played the Aureoch Champion, they've played Horizon Canopy. Oh, Apparition is rough. Yeah, that's really rough. I think they've played the Windswept Teeth, so I think they've got land. Is it a turn 1 Inquisitions? I think they've used their that got that, and I think they've got land, Collector Company, and 1 unknown. Okay, so this is a little bit frustrating because to kill this, we're going to have to bolt first. We could Inquisit. I think we could. So we got 2 choices here. We either Inquisition, see what they've got, and then bolt the Skyclave. Although actually that's not too bad because then the Aureoch Champion can't attack. Okay, yeah, I think I'm on board with that. We'll Inquisition. Okay, so opponent doesn't have anything too much going on. And then we'll play a land and pass. Because then we can bolt the Apparition before when they attack. And then that'll make a token that can block Aureoch Champion. We are going to be... Oh, no attacks from my opponent. Didn't expect that. So we're going to bolt here. Get a 2/2. I suppose we can't really Edict now because we can Edict and it'll kill a creature, but they probably collected company in response. Goif. what do we think about Goyf? I think we're going to Liliana. We want to use as much of my mana as possible. We'll Edict my opponent. And then next turn we can play Liliana and Tarmogoyf. So they collected company in response as expected. So they can choose which one to sacrifice. It's worth noting they can just hit the combo here if my opponent gets lucky. I mean, they can also get unlucky and hit nothing. Okay, so this is Heliod, as I was saying. Whenever you gain life, you put a +1/+1 counter on, and then Spike Feeder, you can remove a 1+1/+1 counter to gain 2 life. So you gain life, infinitely put counters on, gain infinite life. So opponent does find that, which is okay. They're going to gain some life here. They're going to have to sacrifice a creature. Worth noting that this isn't a creature when there's not enough devotion. Okay, so that works out okay. If my opponent tries to attack my Liliana, do I block? Ranger Captain is annoying. Yeah, we're in trouble just getting kind of valued out here. Although if we kill another creature, yeah, they get Ballista. So if they attack both at Liliana, obviously we're not blocking. Okay, so they're attacking one at Lily, one at me. So in this situation, I think I like keeping the Liliana around, because then we can discard their last 2 cards. Yeah, I think that's fine. Keep the Liliana around. Obviously we're going to have to lose a card here. Are they going to play the Ballista? Oh, it's worth commenting that Ballista also combos with this, because they can... Yeah, I forgot about this. They can give... So they give Walking Ballista lifelink with Heliod. Yeah, give Ballista lifelink with Heliod, and then when it pings, it gets another counter. So we're going to have to draw something a bit special here. It's not looking good. Bolt actually does do work here. So we have to bolt here. Do we tick up? If we tick up, we discard the swamp. We go lightning bolt, and then do we want to Goyf or do we want to Lily? No, I think that's fine. We're only going to cast one of them, so we'll tick up, get the last card out of my opponent's hand. We get rid of a swamp, and then so we need to be careful of Ranger Captain. So what we're going to do is we'll give them as little information as we can. I'm surprised my opponent didn't sacrifice the Ranger Captain here. Yeah, we need to be careful just to play around my opponent sacrificing their Ranger Captain to make me not be able to cast spells. Yeah, I think they probably should have done that. So the Ballista is dealing me damage. And then, okay, so they sacrifice the Ballista. That's interesting. I guess this is a 5. Yeah, I didn't really think about just the aggro line. So Heliod stops being a creature. I can't give this just +1/+1, so we're dead. We're dead to a creature, I think. I mean, we're dead to quite a lot here. This is a 5/5. Oh yeah, there's a walking ballista. GG's opponent. Yeah, because this can just ping me, and yeah. Okay, so Heliod combo. What do we want here? So I think surgical could be fine. Fatal push. We definitely want all of our discard. Blisters. What do we want? We probably do want to find room for plague engineers. Abrupt decay. So I don't think Colossus is doing us any favours, or Scavenging Ooze. We did see that they can do the kind of mid-range plan fairly well there. Liliana deals with Auriok Champion. Assassin's Trophy. Worth noting that we can't destroy Heliod because it has Indestructible. Croxers are still a good finisher. I'd want to make room for an Abrupt Decay, I think. Is Surgical going to be worth it? So if we discard their Heliod and then... Yeah, I think I'll bring it in. Do we want to find room for Plague Engineer? Don't think so. Most of their stuff's 2/2 and not the same creature type. I think we'll make a cut. Cut a trophy. Oh no, I think we want a removal. Want all the discard. Liliana's fine. Renin 6 is pretty good. So in theory I want to find room for this decay, so we need to make 2 cuts from these cards. Let's cut a trophy. We've brought in some more removal and we don't want to give them a land. And then cut this many lilies if they run loads of creatures out. I suppose Liliana's not quite as good against... I think that's good against combo as a thing. I think we want Liliana in. Oh, we haven't got long. I'm tempted to cut a Goyf. Let's just cut some of the top end. Let's cut a Bloodbraid Elf. That's probably wrong. But need to make a decision quickly. Okay, so we're going to go first. This hand is okay. We're going to need some lands, but it's got a lot of removal in. I think this is okay. I'm going to turn 1, discard my opponent, and then we've got bolts. Or is it worth... No, we definitely want to turn 1, discard, given that none of our removal really kills Auriok Champion. Opponent's mulled to 5. Oh, they find Veil of Summer, so we're gonna take the Veil of Summer. Yeah, my opponent's only got 1 land. They can just cycle that. They've got some good spells, but we've got 2 removal spells that effectively deal with both. Okay, Stomping Ground. Are we going to want to shock next turn? Are we going to want to... If they found a land, find bolting... Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. It's just such a good tempo if they have found a land. If they go scavenging... They have found a land, so if they play a creature and I just bolt it, That's obviously good. I mean, it does telegraph exactly what we've got. But so we're going to try and bolt here, play the Raging Ravine, and then hopefully find a land to drop Blood Braids on 4 and 5. Okay, they get a basic Plains. Conclave Mentor. Okay, so going to bolt on end step here. Pretty standard stuff. They'll gain some life. Okay, Blackleaf Cliff. Oh, that's an annoying land to hit. Because neither one of these comes in untapped. I think we'll play the Blackleaf Cliffs in case we find Liliana next turn. Okay, my opponent has managed to find lands. Scoos. So again, we're just going to bolt this. Okay, that's good. So we find a land so that we can go Bloodbraid. Oh, Fatal Push. That is not what you want to see. Yeah, annoyingly, obviously, if we'd have kept that for the Scoos, but hoping to hit a Planeswalker, another creature. Thoughtseize is fine. Colligan's Command, anything like that. Has my opponent found their next land for Collected Company? Is the question. Doesn't look like it. Okay, Auric Champion's annoying. Just because we struggled to kill that one. I mean, we'll play another. Yeah, we'll play another Bloodbraid. Go to 13. That is ideal. From one cascade that whiffs into another that really hits. So yeah, we're going to make my opponent sacrifice a creature. Yeah, that was no cause for complaint there. And then we're going to bash my opponent for 6. So we're ahead here. In fact, we have lethal next turn with Raging Ravine. Things we lose to if my opponent collected companies into the combo. We're fine with whatever this is. Yeah, that's okay with me, I think. They get a Ballista. Yeah, my opponent's got fairly unlucky not hitting lands here. Okay, Surgical Extraction. So we'll tick up. Don't want to show my opponent Surgical Extraction if we can get away with it. They get rid of Walking Ballista. So we'll fire this up. Because then my opponent has to block. Yeah, okay, so we don't want to fire off this Surgical. There's none of the combo pieces, apart from Walking Ballista, in the bin. Opponent looking for their 4th land to cast Collected Company. Doesn't look like they find it. Yeah, we didn't really want to show them that we brought in Surgical Extraction, was my point. Okay, so that went okay. I guess Plague Engineer does deal with Auriok Champion to some extent. But I think that's fine. Is there anything I really didn't want to see? Liliana gets worse on the draw. I think we'll do you want Surgical? Yeah, I think we'll just ship it back and see what happens. This is This is an interesting one because we've got lots of discard and we've got removal that we can cast everything. I swore I'd never keep one landers last time I was playing Jund. If they Veil of Summer as well, we haven't got any pressure. If we draw a land, it's pretty good. This is... I really want to keep it. So my opponent's mulliganed. My opponent mulliganing, I'm going to risk it. We've got 2 looks at a land. My opponent's mulligan to 6. We play a Vista. Okay, that's not what we want to see. They may have Veil of Summer, but I wouldn't have thought they'd like to fetch basic forest. Okay, so Auriok Champion is going to be annoying. Oh right, yeah, this is fine because we can take 1 each turn. So we'll take Auriok Champion here. So we're going to take Auriok Champion, then this turn hopefully we find a land to double spell. Horizon Canopy, land. Yeah, we get there. So we're going to Inquisition again. Oh, that is the combo in hand. So we'll take Heliod, and then I think I'm going to use my mana. We're going to get green. What do I want to get? Green black probably. Yeah, green black. So get Overgrown Tomb, and then yeah, I'm just going to Thoughtseize. We were lucky to hit that land there. We're going to take Collected Company. Spike Feeder is part of the combo, but we can kill it. Again, would quite like to find another land. Opponent not playing Spike Feeder, which is fair. Okay, we hit a land, which is pretty nice. I'm tempted to Kolaghan's Command right now. Opponent didn't play the Spike Feeder. Yeah, I think I'm okay using my mana here. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand. We'll go and get Stomping Ground, so we've got 1 of each. Yeah, we've got enough removal that I'm fine just doing this. It might be Veil of Summer, but we're okay with just getting that out of their hand as well. We know our opponent's got cards in hand. Yeah, Veil of Summer. That's annoying, but at least it gets it out of their hand. It can't be used to protect the combo. Blood Crypt, not really what you want to see, but that's fine. Okay, so they've hit a 4th mana. Let's see what they get. We do without Heliod, just because it's so hard to interact with. Utopia Sprawl is fine. Just ramps them. We could trophy the forest, but don't think we're in the business to do that. Okay, we're finding a lot of lands, which isn't ideal. But we've got 3 removal spells, and we can cast them all on the same turn if we want. Ooh, this is Collected Company. So we don't want to make sure our auto yield is off in case they hit the combo. Okay, that's pretty good. So we'll just bolt right now. Yeah, because we don't want them. We don't want my opponent doing anything here. Maybe I should have held off on that Kolaghan's Command because that would have been nice there to kill something and get... Oh no, it couldn't have killed anything there, but it would have got Spike Feeder out of their hand. So they're searching for a creature, which is going to be Walking Ballista. So we need to find Liliana. Don't think we sideboarded those out in the end. No. Drawing cards. Opponent got 4 in hand. Shocking. What will they play? So we could do with finding pressure now. Bloodbraid Elf would be ideal. Oh, another trophy. None of these cards kill Aureok Champion is the trouble. If my opponent's got another collected company, we're in real trouble. Yeah, it is another collected company. I've got the removal spells, but if they hit a Heliod, then they've got the Ballista in hand. Oh, this is just... now, is there any way I can remove this? So we need to do it with this on the stack, so let's get a free go. So we push... Hold on. So we want a trophy really. Trophy. Oh, need to hold up green. Undo. So I don't know if this works. So we trophy here, and then we need to trophy it again. Yeah, so we want a trophy because then, yeah, so this works. Because now, yeah, my opponent gains some life, but the combo doesn't go off. I mean, they do get to put a whole bunch of counters on this Aureok Champion. Yeah, we could do with finding a Tarmogoyf. Or Bloodbraid Elf is nice. But yeah, you know, my opponent got the other sort of combo in hand. This is annoying. Like, I think, yeah, we kept an okay hand. We stripped them cards, but my opponent's kind of gone collected company into collected company. Oh, they found another spike feeder. Yeah, that's just game over, isn't it? Because they can. I haven't got 2 removal spells left. Yeah. GG's. We can't beat Infinite Life with Jund. Okay, unfortunate to lose match 3 there, but onwards and upwards. See you back for round number 4. Back for round number 4. We're on the play. And yeah, this I think this is a keep. A fetch sound would be nice. It's got removal spells, it's got fairly painless lands, it's got a turn 2 Ren and 6. Notably, we have dodged Tron in this this league. I haven't seen it too much. My opponent's mulligan to 4, so it would have been nice to have a Thoughtseize in hand. Yeah, I've been thinking about that last game. I wonder if there's any sideboard cards we could have. I've quite liked Deglamour in the past. Allows you to shuffle an enchantment into their owner's library, so you can shuffle the Heliod away. Fetch that would be nice. Yeah, next turn, if we haven't found anything, if we don't find another land, we'll sacrifice the peat land to draw, and then we can get it back with Ren and 6, depending on what they have. Like, Cling Dust really hurts us then. Fetch that would be nice. Yeah, get there. Okay, so we're going to get a Blood Crypt. And we'll buy back a land. See, this is why Ren and 6 is so good. It sorts out your mana, it wins the game eventually. And all for the low cost of 2 mana. Blue-black, so, okay. So, blue and black, what are we thinking? This is either... things on my radar for these basics. No lands. So, mill, blue-black Narset, although they're less likely to mull to 4. What else is blue and black? Some sort of control, like Grixis control. Okay, how are we going to sideboard? Just thinking of any other decks it could be. It could be something completely rogue. Could be something like Dimir Rogues. Okay, so given that they're in blue and black, we're going to want the discard. I'm going to cut. I think we'll cut a couple of Fatal Push. We'll bring in Decay, just good, and then we'll hedge with Spell Bomb. It cantrips. Okay, so yeah, this seems fine. It really depends on what my opponent's doing, but you know, it's got discard, it's got a removal spell. Again, we need to get a little bit of help with the land. Sunken Hollow, paying costs for nothing. Engineered Explosive. Okay, so yeah, this is some sort of artifact shenanigans. So Blackleaf Cliffs, wouldn't be surprised to see an Emery in hand. There you go. Yeah, so this is Wurza. So we can only take this. They've got lots of stuff in hand. And they've just wasted their engineered explosives, which is nice. We've got some good cards to match up, so Aventus Fair. Okay, so we found our lands. I think, do we care about holding up Trophy and Decay? Might as well play the Wooded Foothills and then we can hold up both. Not expecting a Blood Moon or anything here. Drown Catacombs, so we know 3 of the cards in their hand. We could Decay the EE, just so that it doesn't tap for mana for Urza, but I don't think that's right. We need more black, so we'll get an Overgrown Tomb. We could play Clothis, but we know that they've got a lot of good stuff in hand. Collinger's Command is an excellent pickup, so we'll play the Liliana, and then next turn we can... was this a counter spell? Oh, it could be Metallic Rebuke. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit frustrating, but not too bad. I don't think we would have done anything differently. So my opponent probably slams Urza, which we have to trophy. So yeah, they get Urza, makes a token. Lightning Bolt. Okay, so this is fine. So we'll play a land. So my plan is to Colligan's Command, deal 2 to Urza. Do we care about this? Do I just want my opponent discarding cards? I think that's just better, right? So deal this to... Or we could just trophy the Urza, but we kind of want the trophy for the Tezzeret that's coming down next turn. So let's go with it and hope they haven't found a counter spell. So target player discards a card, and we'll deal 2 to Urza. Not the modes I thought I'd use in this. Okay, so they've got Tezzeret in hand. So let's go ahead and bolt the Urza, and then we've got removal for everything else they're doing next turn. So we hopefully they just tick down on this, but I would... Oh, it's a Khan, the Great Creator. What are they going to search for? That's the question. So it's kind of taxing our removal, that, because... So they've decided to play this and say, okay, Pithing Needle. We're not too fussed about Pithing Needle. Okay, they're worried about Bloodbraid Elf. Okay, so I think we just trophy the Khan, play a Goyf, and then we can attack Tezzeret. I'm going to play the Goyf first, just so that in case we give them a land and that allows them... Oh no, we know what they've got in hand. So yeah, we're going to trophy this Khan. We don't want them getting more stuff with it. And then we know what they've got in hand. Just surprised I got Pithing Needle. I guess it's good against our Planeswalkers. Probably it could name Nurturing Peatland. Names could be Liliana, Renin 6. If they haven't been caught up on the rules, it could be Valky, God of God of Lies, or whatever it is. Tybalt. No, Liliana there. That's fair enough. So what does Tezzeret come in on? So Tezzeret. Okay, so he is getting an artifact. So yeah, we're going to kill that. Did he miss? Did they miss? They did miss. That is obviously good for us. Wouldn't mind a land here. There we go. So we're going to decay this so that we can definitely kill. Definitely kill Tezzeret. And then we'll fetch. I think we're just going to get a basic here. Basic swamp. Although hopefully Clothis will get some of our life total back. Let's see what Clothis can do. Okay, they found Fatal Push, which is fine. Okay, we find a Scoos. So what do we want to... If it's a land card, you add mana. So I could... yeah, I think I'll add a mana. Although that is a clock. We don't really need the mana. Let's just get rid of their Fatal Push. Drain them for 2 life. Worth noting that this deck also goes infinite with Urza and Thopter Foundry and Sword of the Meat combo. Maybe I should... Oh, yeah, okay, so Spellbomb's fine. Play a Scavenging Ooze. Play a Spellbomb. Yeah, so the way that works is that, yeah, there's Thopter Foundry and Sword of the Meat combo with each other to keep bringing back Thopters, and with Urza you can tap the sword for mana, and then it just goes infinite. They get infinite life, infinite Thopters. Is this Whir Invention? Okay, so they find a Whir on 3. Could be Ensnaring Bridge. I wouldn't be surprised if they run Ensnaring Bridge. Just gets a Witching Well. Did they must have taken Ensnaring Bridge out, put it in the Khan Wishboard, because whirring for 3 and hitting this is not what you want to be doing. They've put 2 on top. Okay, so they're gaining a little bit of life. Oh, that was the end of my turn, of course, yeah. Fatal Push? Another Fatal Push, sure. They can draw 2 cards with this. So, what do we want to find? Colligan's Command is good. Any sort of threat is good. Yeah, they're wisely choosing to use their Witching Well. Bloodbraid Elf is... Colligan's Command. That's nice. So let's do this Whir in case they're running Snapcaster Mage or anything. So I'd imagine my opponent will... No, they're not sacrificing their Witching Well. Oh, we can buy back a creature as well. Probably buy back Goyf. Oh, okay, so now my opponent can sacrifice this to draw 2 cards. So we're going to return target creature card and destroy target artifact. So we'll get back Tarmogoyf and we'll destroy the Pithing Needle. So yeah, that's pretty good. we've drawn another Goyf. Okay, so this time we're going to get a land. So we can play both Goyfs. Add green. Oh, yeah. There's Goyf number 1. And there's Goyf number 2. Opponent gains some life from Inventor's Fair, but we're draining them most turns as well. Clothis. Got 12 power on the field. Obviously that can be shrunk via Nile Spellbomb. This is frustrating having different arts, that's not what you like. I much prefer this art. I know some people are very fond of the Future Sight ones, but I don't know, this is... See, this is the classic. I like the fact that he's eating a little goat as well. Okay, so it makes these a bit smaller, 5/6. Guess we lost Planeswalker. Opponent got 3 cards. One of them is a Fatal Push. I don't think we want to crack our Spellbomb yet. We're ahead. We don't want to just lose to the combo. That is a fantastic draw. We've got 4 lands. I think we're just fine. Keep draining them. Is there anything we need to be aware of them being able to bring stuff back? Get rid of that Emery. Play a Bloodbraid Elf. Brennan 6, yeah, we'll have that. And that turns Clothis on as well. Yeah, my opponent just concedes. So we get 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. We hit them for 13 there with a Brennan 6 ping. And then just, yeah, my opponent can't really get out of that. Interesting deck, but my opponent was unlucky to mulligan so low in game 1. But we're 3-1 with Modern Jund. Let's try and get the 4-1. See you back here for round number 5. Okay, welcome back for round number 5. We're on the play, which is good. We're currently 3 and 1. So going for that 4-1 finish. Lures of the Dream Den. So Mill. Prowess, Burn, Devoted Devastation, all things on our radar. Shadow. This hand, not ideal against that. I think we're going to take a mulligan just based on that. I think we like this a bit better. Clothis is nice. Goyf is usually good if it's an aggressive matchup. So we'll keep this. Bloodbraid Elf is very expensive, so we'll put on that. We're going to fetch a basic Swamp and Thoughtseize my opponent. Then play Targoyf, then play Clothis is the plan. Best laid plans though and all that. So yeah, go and grab a basic Swamp. Also insulates against any... Oh no, it can't be Blood Moon, but... Okay, so this is Shadow. How much do we care about the bolt? So Goyf's going to be big enough to survive the bolt. We're going to take the... but then the creature is stonewalled by Goyf. We could also take Croxer. I think we're going to take the bolt. The creature's going to hit us for 1. I guess it might have stopped them playing anything next turn, but I think this is fine. Bolt deals 3 damage, obviously, and it can go against... I suppose, yeah, maybe that was wrong, because we can then start attacking with Goyf. Worth noting that Goyf is one of the best cards you can find in this matchup. He's, an Inquisition as well. No, it's going to get Croxer down, and then if... sorry, it's going to get Tarmogoyf down. And if my opponent plays Croxer, I'll discard the Inquisition. The Swamp. Fatal Push. That's... Yeah, okay. Yeah, we should have taken this. And a Lightning Bolt in my opponent's hand. Yeah, that's not ideal. all of a sudden we're at 9. It's going to take something pretty special now. Yeah, we go to 7 from this as well. Yeah, I think it was a mistake not taking this, because this has now dealt us way more than that lightning bolt ever did. Opponent Knight's Whispers. Arid Mesa. Oh, looks like I found a burn spell. It's another lightning bolt. Opponent's seen 3 lightning bolts in the top few cards. So yeah, we're gonna gain some life here. So start eating away at my opponent's graveyard. Go up to 3. Play a Tarmogoyf. Now we either Inquisition, the risk being that my opponent has, if my opponent finds a land, they can just Croxer. So yeah, I don't think we want to Inquisition, because if they've only got Croxer in hand of any value. Opponent Thought Seizes. Yeah, that's going to kill us as well, because Croxer now just deals us 3 damage. Yeah, that's annoying. I think I probably should have taken the Swift Spear. Didn't think about them drawing Fatal Push. Okay, so Weather the Storm on deck, Huntmaster and Clothis. Fatal Push, Nihil Spellbomb as well for Croxer potentially. We're going to take out anything that deals us damage. Renin 6 is very lackluster in this matchup. So we've got a swap there. So we're now 1 over. I think I'm going to take out a Baron Moor. Without Renin 6, there's less incentive. All of the rules fine. Bloodbraid Elf I could see changing in favour of another removal spell. We don't know if there's Shadow yet with Croxer. I think we'll just run this. Yeah. So we would like to go first. So with Thought Season in the deck gear, you have to think it is probably Shadow. We'll keep this. We got. I suppose it's bad against a Blood Moon, but it's got a removal for their turn 1 creature. It's got some high impact cards. It's got a Tarmogoyf in it, which is always good. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know if they're running Blood Moon, but I would imagine they probably are, and they probably bring it in against us. Yeah, this red-black shadow list and the Heliod combo probably gained the most from the bannings. Just didn't lose any cards at all. They were already doing pretty well. Opponent Shocks. Who did they look at with their... who did they look at with the bauble? Targeted themselves. Oh right, so they know what's under Bomat Courier, sure. Okay, so do we push this or do we play Tarmogoyf? I think we're going to play Tarmogoyf. We could just push and then next turn potentially K command. Yeah, I think that's fine. Because we take less damage this way. You know, we stay at 19, keep our life total nice and high. We've got Kolaghan's command next turn as a 2 damage. If we need to... Opponent has Inquisition though. Wonder what they'll take. Take K-Command or Scoos. Scoos gains us life, K-Command, but I could see taking the Goyf as well just because it's hard to remove. I guess it's not as hard to remove if they're in black with Fatal Push. Okay, opponent not really doing too much there. So we draw a Fatal Push, which is nice. We're going to play out this Tarmogoyf, fully expecting it to get Fatal Pushed, but you never know. Make this a bit bigger. Yeah, so pretty expectant of a Fatal Push here. We're going to fetch Basic Swamp. I think my opponent possibly looking for lands to play a Blood Moon. Ideally we'd be getting Basic Forest, that's usually better because all of our cards that are ready, often green apart from K-Command, but the ones we want to cast are green. Bloodbraid Elf, Huntsmaster, Clothis. Yeah, this is horribly looking like a Blood Moon. We've got a Tarmogoyf. We've beaten a... Oh, just putting... Yeah, that's a deal. We're just going to go and get Basic Swamp there. So we could play Bloodbraid Elf here. Yeah, we're going to play Bloodbraid Elf. I'm a bit afraid of my opponent having Death's Shadow in hand, but we're going to have to kill them at some point. Yeah, we'll cast a Spell Bomb. Oh, that's really strong actually, because that stops Luris's shenanigans. We are putting them to 8 there, and we've got 8 on board. Question is, if my opponent plays Luris, do I just pop the Spell Bomb for no value? I think so. You know, it stops them getting value, so... Yeah, I'm happy to just pop that here. Normally you'd want to wait until you had black. Opponent might have a Mishra's Bauble in hand, allowing them to get some sort of value. But I'm happy with this. They're going to need a big blocker. Maybe we should let that resolve. We're happy if they Bomat Career because we could K-Command and kill both. Okay. We find a forest. So that's actually pretty good. Might buy back Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, there's no point in making my opponent discard at this point. So, return target creature card. Nope, that's definitely wrong. Return target command. Call against command. Return target creature card. Deal 2 damage. Target creature card. Deal 2 damage. Black. Red. This. Oh, why is the Goyf shrunk? 4, 5, 6, 7. It was a 5. Oh, I spell bombed. Yeah, okay. That was definitely a little wrong. Okay. Do we play the Scavenging Ooze is the question. Or do we hold up the Fatal Push? I think we'll play the Skews, although if they go Croxer, I think that's fine. Yeah. We don't want my opponent to go like something like Shadow, or Shadow Scourge. Well, the Scourge is only a 4 at this point. 3 mana K-Command. Dismember. And a Bolt. Oh, crikey. Okay. Ah, there we go. I was just going to say we need lightning bolt. Opponent having a lot of the answers there, but top deck lightning bolt wins the day. Okay, so plague and we haven't actually seen any shadow. We've seen no shadow whatsoever. What did we see that? We saw Lurus that game. Yeah. Don't know. I could see... Bloodbraid Elf is just such a clock is the thing. I think we'll just ship it back. This one's for all the marbles. Going for the 4-1. Let's see what we can do. Either way, really been enjoying this Modern Jund League. Going to certainly be playing some more with Jund. I hope you're all enjoying the content. Please let me know if there's any suggestions or anything you'd like to see. And obviously, think about subscribing to the channel if my content's something you're enjoying. Opponent either taking a break or has gone to or is changing up their sideboard plans. Okay, let's see. If we find any land, this isn't too bad. Opponent has mulliganed. I think I'm going to mulligan as well. It hasn't got. We could hit disruption. We could hit better lands. Although we've got some good cards in the matchup. If we hit any one land, it's got removal for an early creature. Bomat Courier thing must be shadow. If we hit any land, we're really good. How many draws have we got? We got our turn 1 draw, 2 draw, and our turn 3 draw. I think we're going to keep. I'm going to risk it. May end up sad, especially if my opponent Inquisitions away this, but given that they are running discard spells, I think it's fine to not want to mulligan. And we may always mulligan to something worse. Like this has got, some really quite good cards in the matchup. We do need to get to turn 3, but turn 1 Fatal Push goes a long way. It's got a basic land against Blood Moon. Obviously we'd love to see a fetch land off the top in the first 3 draws. But we got 53 cards, 21 lands left, so each time is about 50%, so we're fairly likely to hit our next land. Probably shouldn't say that, knock on wood. Opponent has mulligan to 6. Not her. Hadn't decided whether they are happy with their 6. This must be Shadow Scourge. I wouldn't imagine that Bomat Courier would be played in a non-Scourge deck. See what... Yeah, I'm pretty sure we haven't seen a Shadow. Game 1 we were just beaten down by Monastery Swift Spears and Bolts. And Croxer. Will we make any changes going forward? Let's have a look at the list. Don't know, I've been quite impressed, I think, with this. We haven't had to use the Cleansing Wildfires that much, if at all, in this league. I think the main deck's been pretty solid. Don't know, I'm always on the fence on Scavenging Ooze. We haven't seen it much this time. Don't know what it could be replaced with. Not sure I'm a fan of the surgicals. Yeah, definitely I might look to trim a Cleansing Wildfire, trim at least one surgical. Maybe for a deglamour or something else to deal with Heliod would be nice. Ancient Grudge as well, potentially. Opponent's still thinking about it. Doesn't say they've left the game. Yeah, not sure if there's anything I'd change in the main. Definitely the art on the Tarmogoyf. I think everything else has been fine. Huntmaster and Clothis great in aggressive or grindy matchups. Is there anything we've brought in every time? I don't think so. Okay, here we go. Opponent has kept 5 on the play, so looking like a turn 1 threat or a Thoughtseize. It's a Thoughtseize. They see our hand filled with expensive cards. Probably takes Fatal Push and hopes we don't find land. They might take one of these. Yeah, they do take Fatal Push. So opponent could have Shadow in hand. We'd love to see. Oh, that is exactly. I mean, it's another good card in the matchup, but it's not what we want to see. Opponent on 3 cards. If we can avoid them playing a Shadow here, would be nice. It is a Shadow. So we need to find. Okay, Overgrown Tomb's good. So we're gonna. Yeah, we'll shock this in. And we're gonna play a Goyf. Opponent got 2 cards in hand. 3 with their draw step. They make a 3/3. They've got Fatal Push. But we have Liliana of the Veil. We make them sacrifice a creature, no contest. And then I think we're definitely ahead here. Wouldn't mind finding a basic forest. Opponent puts Lurus. Okay, so here we're gonna just get absolutely everything out of my opponent's hand. We're gonna tick up, discard. I think we're just gonna get rid of a Blood Crypt. Could get rid of a Goyf and then get it back with K command. I think we get rid of Blood Crypt and then return target creature card. You discard a card. Another option is obviously to play Liliana. I suppose we could have discarded the extra Liliana there, but just such a powerful effect. I think we want to keep hold of as much of that as possible. Inquisition, that's fine. They'll probably take a Liliana or Clothis. Yeah, top decking Inquisition, unlucky for my opponent there. Takes Liliana, I think that's fair. We're going to play a Goyf, who's a 5/6 monster, and we'll get rid of one of these Clothises, which makes it even bigger, 6/7 enchantment. I've got Liliana on deck to stop any creatures from my opponent. Opponent wisely choosing to crack Spawble on our turn. Okay, Bloodbraid Elf, not the best. Kind of wishing I kept that land, but I think we've still got great cards. So we'll attack for 7. Goyf is enormous here. So yeah, this Clothis can. We could have played a Goyf, but don't know. My opponent could find Fatal Push. Got 2 cards in hand. Are they anything good? Maybe we should have played Goif there. But this deals them 2, gains his life. Yeah, my opponent concedes. Okay, so another 4-1 with Jund. We are more than happy with that. Beating some of the best decks. Yeah, really happy with the list. Definitely gonna play it some more. So I hope you enjoyed that. As I say, please think about following my channel, like and subscribe, all that jazz. And we'll see you back here again. I think I'm going to be playing a lot of this type deck now. Might try the rock at some point, but yeah, hope to see you again next time. Cheers.